Hey buddy, what's up? It's Monday. So I was recently listening to a guy talk about how teaching works and how to get people to memorize things or how to get people to remember things. And he mentioned something that I remember from when I was in school. He mentioned that when he was in school, teachers used to tell him all the time to pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. I remember I heard that a lot in school. And I never really liked it, but I never really knew why I didn't like it. Well, now I'm older, I'm 35, and I'm thinking back to that and how teachers always used to have to tell me to pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Well, and the thing is, now I look back on it, I don't think I should have had to have been told to pay attention as much as I was. I think that schools need to do a better job of teaching things in such a way that's easier for people to pay attention to it. So the reason I think this is because as I watch kids or watched you grow up, you didn't have any problem learning stuff you wanted to learn. Like if you had anything to do with video games, you learned it. You would go online and you would figure it out. So you had a huge, huge interest in knowing new things. The issue was with you and with me is some of these abstract ideas you have to learn in school, you don't understand how it directly affects you or how it could affect you. It's not that you don't want to pay attention, it's just that it's hard to care about stuff when you don't know how to use it or how to apply it. But if you give a 6 year old Minecraft, in minutes, they can figure out how Minecraft relatively works, and within days, they're pretty much not experts, but they're pretty high up on the knowledge tree on how that game works and how the system works. And they learn it by trial and error because it's something that captivated their mind. It's something that they were interested in learning. So I really dislike that we kind of live in a society where like parents have to constantly tell kids like, hey, pay attention to what you're doing. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't a cop out for kids to be like, oh, anything I'm not interested in, I don't have to learn. That's not it at all. It's that half of the responsibility here falls on the student, half it falls on the teacher. I remember when I would teach air traffic control, I couldn't just tell people abstract ideas. I'd have to like learn how they liked to learn and meet them at their level. Some people really liked stories, especially like stories of like stuff that went wrong because it taught them like, okay, look, if I don't do this, it can lead to a chain of events that would result in this effect. So if they liked hearing that and they were pay attention, then that's how I would teach them. I'd be like, no, look, if you do this, then this might happen. Here's a story about when I did the thing that you're about to do and the events that led up to it and how it worked out. So I really think schools need to rethink how they're teaching, especially with it looking like the whole next year is going to be home-based computer learning. The thing is that it can be very hard to pay attention and you don't have teachers there to remind you to pay attention. So my solution to this is we have to try to figure out how the lessons you're not interested in actually apply to your day-to-day life. Now, for some things are really easy. Like I can teach you how geometry and algebra apply to your life. History, science, fine. English, well, I like English, but it's hard because most people don't write novels. But so with your next school year moving to mostly computer-based, if not all computer-based learning, I think it's going to be even harder for kids to pay attention because you don't have a teacher right there to kind of correct you when you're not. However, it's half on you, and if the teacher is not willing to change, it's kind of all on you. But I do think that the future of learning is to try to find how it affects you so that instead of forcing yourself to care about the subject, you naturally just start to care about the subject. Anyway, that's it for this video. I love you, I miss you, I'm proud of you, and stay awesome.